game one. They might think about letting it go through and testing the waters, maybe taking a bit of a risk. But you mentioned junglers, another one comes through. That's the Zac you were saying earlier on for Trick. So does he also want to drop in kind of a weird pick up against Kingzone to catch them off guard? They're hovering the Jax for now. We'll see if they lock that one in.
Now, Jax is one of the best junglers at ganking mid lane, and I mentioned the Rek'Sai before. Jax makes a lot of sense because he can go for the leap strike to a ward flash combination to set up a Syndra all-in. They will hold their horses and last pick for jungle, which does lend credence to the idea of it being something really out of left field. Prey is...
I love the drawings today.
I know.
Prey.
Loving the Prey drawings. Prey was voted the center of the LCK, meaning that he is the person synonymous with the LCK. And when Fake is around, that is a big compliment from the Korean fans.
That fan, she bought a ticket for the 11 p.m. bus. A lot of people are expecting Kingzone to crush BBQ tonight in a quick 2-0.
In context,
if it goes to game 2, or 3 rather, it's probably, she's probably not going to make that bus, Papa.
For context, it is 8:07 p.m. local time. So, given that it is 8:07, there is plenty of time for that victory if it ends up being the 2-0 like you say. It's going to be just the Gangplank from Khan, one of the few scaling choices he's opted into multiple times. Won't be attacking the lane, he's looking to farm up, but they can play around the Caitlyn push and have the ultimate there as Gorilla brings back an old favorite, going for Janna, which is very, very risky against the Syndra. Trick playing with our hearts. For now, hovering another Predator jungler. Now Trick's going to show, Ignar is going to show all of Trick's old favorites.
And then he's going to switch to Volibear and lock it in.
We have not had a Volibear in Korea. I ask the junglers about it all the time. Are they going to lock in this Ivern? They are not.
Aww.
It's going to be Jarvan.
Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You're going up against Kingzone. You want to try your best. You're not going to try new things against this team unless it's something that you've practiced a lot. And given that 8.4 is relatively new, not going to be bringing any weird picks in. Outside of the Syndra is the big one, and also that Janna that we see in the bottom lane.
Still a nice draft from BBQ. They have 2 winning lanes in terms of pressure. The Syndra will have all-in ability onto the Azir, and Nara versus GP is one of our most storied matchups in 2018, so Jarvan has a top side to jungle around. They also have a couple of options to pick comp in the mid game into a very strong sieging comp when Ghost hits 2 to 3 items on the Tristana. And you look at Kingzone's side, they would also love to siege with the Caitlyn Janna and the safety that provides. How it actually goes really does rest on how much free farm the Gangplank can pick up and how frisky BB.
And a TP coming in from Tempt. They want to get onto this guy. And he's level 6 too. That did 0 damage.
What?
Trying to get onto Khan now. We'll see if they can lock this in. The push forward, one more auto will do it, and the first blood goes over to Crazy. It looks sloppy, but hey, it worked.
The excellence of execution does leave the Rift for a couple of moments there, mid lane, top lane, oh boy. More happening bot lane, all in, trying to get lane control here for BBQ.
Doesn't end up working there.
The ult onto Sejuani.
Although for now he's pretty much alone. Finally has the bottom lane joining him in. And they're going for Crazy, trying to get that proc in. Gorilla, though, just running by. They're going to burst him down. And the TP comes in from Ignar now. And after losing their support, Kingzone going to have to give this one up. First Drake goes over to BBQ.
And that was my surprise. They don't have the Caitlyn bot side, and Caitlyn is where most of the gold is in the early game. So they should be losing the 4v4 or the 5v5, especially if Caitlyn is not there. Khan had to use his flash a second time, and they might just dive him anyway.
Oh boy, not having the most fun game. There's the knock-up into the Gnar stuns, and down he does go. 2-on-1 underneath the turret. He can't escape this time.
Kingstone's just being too greedy where they're weak. They're not playing where they're strong.
I mean, you put up a freak KT up against this KZ. You're looking at a fun time for those two teams. Looking for BDD, who doesn't have that. But he's gonna get the double scoop. He wants to make up for that last play. We'll see if he can get something here. Trick makes it out, and BDD gets low. He's gonna trade it 1-for-1 after all of that.
That was so much action around the mid. Great scoop from BDD. Looked like volleyball when the ultimate came in from the Glacial Prison, but the back end might be more important. Prey walks up, and BBQ needs to reinforce.
Man, I don't know what it is, if it's overconfidence, if he's just feeling really good about it, but BDD, he sees chicken, he goes for the chicken. It doesn't matter what situation. He was close to getting dived there before I think it was Peanut came in and helped him, and then he was like, let me turn this around.
Look, I learned one thing recently is don't always go for the free chicken. If you're on a diet, stay back, be a bit more conservative. But you're right, he's seeing chicken nuggets all over the Rift. They got the alley-oop onto Trick, can't kill him, and then it just ends up being a 1-for-1. He had no summoners up, so going 1-for-1 is fine, but it could have been cleaner by the side of Kingzone. There's a Braum there to answer it. So a bit strange. It's okay in the back line.
Gorilla's just been thrown around this game, but he makes it out this time. Trick knocked over the wall, and down he goes. And Gorilla, finally, they find the kill, but Tempt, he's going to pay for it on the end of it. Crazy, trying to make a name for himself, going 1v2 in the back line. But he's all alone. Once again, the stun going to come in. The flash trying to make something of it, but it's too much. 1v3, you're not going to pick up that kill. And in the end, Kingzone get out ahead.
And notice that was with Khan unavailable through all of it. They still win the fight. Team fighting is something Kingzone have in droves. They're turning on the Baron.
Prey sticking around. He's so low, but a couple of headshots could certainly do it. Azir really going to be the one. Look at that poke, and the ace in the hole nearly kills him. The flash in. BDD has been so reckless this entire game. I love it, but hasn't really worked out for him. In the end, it is going to be the Baron going down to Kingzone after all the craziness.
What did BBQ say to BDD in solo queue? I have no idea, but he is certainly looking to go super aggressive. The tornado to interrupt Trick was what really stuffed a lot of the engage, and then Trick was free food in the front line. He died first. Notice that Gangplank can't get here. Crazy is late on the Gnar. Comes in, does get the double stun, and chunks out Prey, but he managed to kite him away, and BDD is there fighting with him. So in a 4v5, delayed, they pick up.
Peanut now on the front line. We got Colin the barrels coming on in, doing the damage, and he goes down mid-ultimate. BDD, he doesn't have a flash to use, but no doubt he'd use it if he did.
How does Khan find new mechanics? Flashes for a chain barrel link? Are you kidding me? It works anyway because of the burst it does to the front line, and they're going to rampage through. They understand that Baron this early means turrets, turrets, turrets.
You see this in traditional sports where players say stuff online or they have rivalries and it gets a bit dirty, nasty, but it's Trick diving into the backline to kill the Janna over and over and over, and BDD trying his best to kill Ignar and other members of BBQ. It's getting real feisty on the Rift. Even though we've only had 11 kills, it's just so much action. And you talked about BDD. What did they do to him? This was actually the series where he had that Orianna. You were talking about it before, where he whiffed multiple ultimates.
He holds a grudge, apparently. I thought that was only his problem, but you're right. We're going to see the replay. This time the tornado doesn't work, so you think Gorilla will die instantly. BDD is always on point with his ults, ulting Trick into damage, not the safety of his own team. They continue to chase. This was looking like it'd be over because they don't have a lot of chase. First barrel into second, and then flash for the chain link to get onto Ignar and Crazy. That was something from the Gangplank.
It's not going to be easy for them to take him out. And look at that shield coming out. Khan going 1v2, looking for the 1v3. As the rest of them, they just want to kill anyone on Kingzone, but it is not working out.
We're reaching that point with Gangplank. Bring more bad guys. Two's not enough. Kingzone looking for the close.
Might be a quick one as Kingzone thinking about the official end, but looking to take it safer as they go for that bottom tier 3 turret. Going for that inhibitor one.
Was the big story. Khan is level 16 and was free farmed this game. They thought they could all in him, but Steric's gauge is going to be a no. And just like when we saw Camille jump onto a Talia on 0 health, you knew that the turn, hey, you finished before 11 p.m., we got a bonus for you thing going on here. I'd love to see BD drift into the fountain to look for another Azir sec play. They're looking for the close, though. Any picks, the game will end. In fact, honestly, the game may end, whatever happens.
Better command is going to be enough, but they finally find BDD in the front. He stopwatches in their face, says no. Trick has got to answer to that. There it is, the flash. He gets 2 in the backside. Even though he goes down, he's looking to win this game for his team. 3 members of BBQ going to go down. They're not even trying to end the game. They want to get more kills. They're flashing in. They get a triple now.
They're going for it.
They want the quadra. They don't want to end it. And finally, the minions tell them to get out of the game. They're tired. But in 31 21 minutes. Kingzone finally win is what it feels like with all of that action.
And Kingzone have this really rare quality as a team to basically make every game feel like an exhibition match by the end. By the end, it felt like they were just playing with their food. There was an Aegis on Caitlyn for some